Hello, everyone. In this video, I'm going to show you how to import assets into a Unity project, specifically Unity 6. I'm going to show you two methods of doing this. One is directly through the Unity Asset Store and into your project through the Package Manager. The other is through the Fab Store. Um, you can download Unity assets and you can download a Unity package and then import that directly into your project. This would be the same way that you could save certain aspects of one Unity project and then transfer it to another. You can create a package within Unity, within a project, selecting scenes, files, audio, objects, models, or anything else, and then package it, sending it out of your project as a package, and then import it into another Unity project as a package. So I won't be showing you how to package these like assets from your game, but I will be showing how to import them in. Like I said, two different ways. So I will go ahead and start by sharing my screen. And you'll see that I'm just on my web browser. I am just going to look up the Unity Asset Store, and I will start there. So this is going to be kind of the most direct way to do this. Now, you might notice in my little tab down here, I already have a Unity project open, and I have it over here on my opposite screen. So I'll come back to this shortly, but I am kind of already through the project opening process. Okay, so this is what the Unity Asset Store looks like. What I'm going to look for are just any old free assets. Maybe I want some free props or something. So I'm actually maybe 3D props. Let's see. Yeah, props. There we go. And now oh, come on. There we go. And now what I want to do is just look for ones that are free because I don't feel like paying for any props when you can get them for free. So I'm just going to select over here on the right side through the filters, the free assets checkbox. And now we'll see what we have. So there's a lot of stuff in here. Free casual food pack. That looks kind of fun. Now, is it sprites or these objects? They look like 3D models. Maybe. Hard to tell. So I can click down here and look in the package contents, and this shows me the actual folder structure that I will see whenever I import this into my Unity projects. So I can look at Mesh, and that will show me all of my model files. So these are FBX, so I believe these are going to be 3D models. So if I click on one, I can get an idea of what it is. Sometimes they will have little images. Sometimes these don't work, but this looks like it does. So I have some models. These look 3D. And we can also do prefabs. So that's going to show me what these look like with their textures attached. And they should have, or materials, a folder with materials as well. So this is probably the texture. There's one material that contains all the materials for each mesh. So, okay, this looks pretty good. I will add this to my assets. And accept. All right, so this is free casual food pack mobile VR. I can probably use this for a desktop game. All right, so now that I have this, well, I clicked on add. I've noticed this with the Unity Asset Store lately that I have to double click this. So I'll click it again, hit accept, and now it shows open in Unity. Note that I am logged in. I am on my account. If you're not logged in, you'll need to do that first. If you click on add to my assets, then before it gives you confirmation, you'll have to log in. If you don't have a Unity account, then you're a few steps behind, I think. Okay, so I'm going to move over to Unity. Now I have that added to my my assets in Unity, so that's linked to my account, and I am logged in into this Unity project. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new scene. I'm just going to go to my scenes folder. I'm going to go create and scene and call it food scene. All right. And I will open it up and there's nothing in here. Okay, so what I want to do is import my assets. So I have a couple other assets already imported into this project, but my asset folder contains several of them. You can see them in the kind of drop down over to the left and these other folders. Different asset packages will have different folder structures. I would try and organize them as best you can. You might just have a folder called imported packages. And then you can toss everything in there. So I'm going to select that one. And these are all imported packages. Oh, and the Fantasy Skybox free. But this is just good folder structure. This is not mandatory. Okay, so to import your asset from the Unity Asset Store, what you're going to do is click on Window, Package Manager, and then you'll get this Package Manager window. Now, if you want to, you can dock this into your workspace, so it's always open. If you import a lot of packages or shaders or different tools, plugins and things like that, or you can just open it through here. I usually don't have it pinned regularly. Okay, so you'll see a few things when you open up this package manager. On the left, you want to look at, if you look at in project, this shows all the packages that are in the project. This can be helpful when trying to figure out what you've installed and what you haven't. You can look at updates for certain things and certain plugins and packages that need updates, but usually you won't be messing with these two up here. If you're trying to import something, you're going to be down in these three. Most likely, you'll be in the My Assets. So whenever I downloaded that asset to my assets, this is where it is stored. This is the kind of cloud storage location that is accessible through logging in via my account in Unity. So if you scroll through here, you'll see maybe some of these. I have a lot of packages and assets, like free packages and stuff that I've downloaded over the years. It's definitely not just these. And if you look at the bottom, you'll see a number of another number. In this case, it's 30 of 110. But I am only seeing 30 asset packages of the 110 that I have in my entire assets package, or at my assets library, I should say. So sometimes some of these won't load in if they haven't been updated recently, or if they might not match your project settings. But you can still load them in. All you have to do is click this load button. If it doesn't say all right here, you hit this drop down. Sometimes it will say 25 or 50. I hit all. And now it's showing all 110 packages shown. And if I scroll through here, you'll see that this is a much larger list. Now I'm going to go back and see what was the name of that asset package. Okay, free casual food pack. And I'm actually just going to copy and paste that name. So I'm hitting highlighting it and Control C as in Charlie. And I'm going to look in my assets. So do a search and paste, and there it is. So here is the package that I just downloaded. We can see some information if we hit on these tabs. Again, I can pull up some of these images. I can pull up the release documentation. So this is like when it was last released. It doesn't look like it's been updated since probably 2017. And it's got a little bit more information. So what I'm going to do is download this, and I'll hit the download button. And before we can import this into our project, we have to download it. So I download it. It doesn't seem like it's a real big, like beefy package. It looks like it's 3.6 megs. Not bad. Import 1.0 to project. So I'm going to click on this import button, and it will bring me up another panel. And this panel just shows me all of the files and assets associated with this package. You do not have to import every single file, every single folder whenever you import an asset package, and this is where you can change that. If I scroll through here, you can see there are several FBX files. Those are nested in the meshes folder. And I was actually looking at these earlier, right? So when I click on the prefabs, and I can actually click on these and see images. Pretty handy, right? Very much like when I was looking at it in the asset store. There's also shaders, textures, there's scenes as well that probably make use of these. So I'm gonna bring everything in, and I'm going to import this. So I'm just going to hit the import button. Sometimes this can take a little while because this is not a really big file or a really big package. I'm not too concerned. I don't think it'll take too long. Okay, and it looks like it has been imported. Now, sometimes you might see little error messages or little warning messages. Once you see this in project note up here, then we can close the package manager. And then if I look at my assets, you'll see that I have my free food pack. Now, like I was saying, you sometimes see little errors and warning messages. That will happen occasionally whenever you import a package. Usually the yellow warning messages aren't anything to be majorly concerned about. Sometimes packages are built from different versions of Unity or with different settings, and sometimes they spit out a little bit of errors, but usually you can get them functioning pretty quickly. So now if I click on my free, my assets pack, my free food pack, I'll open up scenes and let's do food assets. Let's see what this scene looks like. Okay. Where are they? Let's see, we'll go over here and hit F. Oh, there they are. Oh. Okay, cool. So, I see a lot of my fruits. Let's see if I can slow down a little bit. There we go. If you ever feel like you're moving too fast, you can holding down the right mouse button. If you have a scroll wheel, you can scroll up or down, and that will change the speed that you look around, well, the speed that you move around. So if you hold down the right mouse button and use WASD, you can move around in space, kind of like a typical 3D computer video game. If you use Q and E, you can raise and lower on the Y-axis according to your camera view. Anyways, that's a little helpful hint. So I see it looks like 2D images, but are these like, oh yeah, these are the icons. Okay, and the 3D objects. Now they are this pink material. I'm going to cover that in a video in just a second, but this is how we're going to be getting in our assets from the asset store. The next way we're going to do this is through Fab. And I am going to open up a new tab, and I'm going to type Fab. And it's going to take me to like Fab Quixels. But if I just go to their website, this is the Fab like asset store. They just call it Fab. It's kind of like an old merger of old Sketchfab with a little bit of the Unreal Engine marketplace and the Unity asset store. Even tied in with a bit of the Fortnite Unreal Editor for Fortnite specifically. So once you get on here, you can see right away, at least at the time of recording this video, that there are platforms listed. If you click on Unity, obviously you click on Unreal as well and find Unreal assets. I think you can also find, I think they have just basic models too. Any of these models, most of these models you can just download as an FBX and bring them into Blender or Maya or 3ds Max or any other kind of program too. So I'm going to hit Unity because that's what I'm looking for. And again, I'm going to look for the price of free. Okay. All right. Let's see. What do we want? Anything good? Oh, free low poly vehicles. Those look fun. On a big battleship, a blimp, some hot air balloons. All right. Is it free? No, it doesn't look exactly. They say from free. How about some shipping containers? Those look good. All right, so I'm going to hit download. First, I'm going to add to my library. This adds it to my Epic Games account asset library. So instead of logging into Unity here, Fab is actually connected with Epic Games. So if you have an account, I am actually logged into my Epic account. If you create with Unreal, it's going to be the same account, right? It's your Epic account that you log in for Unreal Editor, for Epic Games, or the Fab Store. So I've added to that library, but I can also download this file. If I hit download, you'll see that sometimes there's an option for a shipping container PBR sample 2025. It's .unity pack. So this is actually a Unity package that we will be downloading. Sometimes with some of these files, you'll have a big list of different file formats that you can download these in, whether it's FBX, OBJs, GLTFs, GLBs, and other kind of like file formats. But in this case, I'm going to download a Unity package, and that's what I'm looking for. Okay, so that has or is downloading. And what I'm going to do next is go to Unity. Again, I'm going to cover the pink materials in a different video. But for now, what I'm going to do is go to make sure my file has downloaded. Okay, here we go. So I have my Unity package here. So what I'm going to do is go to File. Actually, Assets. There you go. Import Package and Custom Package. And now it's going to ask me for the location. So it's in my downloads, and it is right here, my shipping container PBR sample. Open. And then we will get this import window again, just like if we imported something from the package manager. So I'm going to hit import. Okay, and let's go to my assets. And where is it? Oh, is it right here? Let's see. Oh, this looks like it might be it. Okay, so this looks like it's probably, right, some shipping containers. Yes. Okay, so I can probably dig through here and find my container files. There we go, my models, my prefabs. And you'll see that they all have this pink material. Again, I'll cover this in another video. But now I have my package imported. So again, I wanted to try and keep this video brief. I'm nearly 20 minutes here. But this is how you import packages, again, either through the Unity asset store directly or through another way, whether that's through creating your own packages and exporting them out, getting packages from friends or other Unity developers, or finding packages and assets from places like Fab or other marketplaces on the web. So hopefully this is helpful. Let me know if you have any questions.